Was Blue Girl... No, actually, I don't want to start this in the... Who is Blue Girl? I find this name so funny. We're gonna watch... Was Blue Girl about to defeat Soulburner? I heard about Soulburner, obviously. It's the Solomon Great guy. I have never heard of Blue Girl. I have no idea, and it's such a funny name to me. So let's see if we get more context about this.
Blue Girl versus Soulburner. Blue Angel, now upgraded to Blue Girl with her improved Trickstar Burn deck.
Oh, okay. That's all I need to know. So it's Blue Angel, not Blue Girl. Blue Angel sounds way better, and it's the Trickstar girl. Interesting. I didn't know Trickstar was from the anime. I mean, I probably knew, but I didn't remember that.
He's dueling against Soulburner and his Solomon Great deck. Last time...
Wait, I'm already pausing a lot, but I just need to see this.
And his Solomon...
Look at this face. Isn't the animation sometimes goes like that? And I love that. It's one of the funniest things ever. Yes, Blue Girl and Soulburner, the girl who swapped decks, and Alice versus the guy who stated to be hard to make loose. We'll see.
Great deck. Last time we covered a duel with this character, it was against Playmaker, the main character of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rain series, and we discovered that she could have 100% OTK'd the main character.
What?
Why did that happen? The plot. Unfortunately, this is a running theme with this character, because this time she is playing against the main character's friend, the Joey Wheeler of the series, I guess.
This is the Joey Wheeler of the series, and the Borreload guy is like the rival, right? This is the friend, and the other one is a rival. I get it, I understand.
Revolver is the Kaiba, I guess.
Revolver.
Soulburner would be the Joey. Do you think she's gonna beat Joey? No.
I feel like this guy looks too cool to be the Joey. Not anything against Joey, but yeah. Oh yeah, this is my first time reacting to a Brains duel. Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that. You're so right.
One of those duels where she doesn't have to lose this duel. Like, Soulburner doesn't have to win. They could have ended in a draw. They could have just like sort of gone their separate ways midway for the duel, something that interrupts it or something like that, because we're going off the premise that Blue Angel has improved. Now she's in a 2.0.
She's improved. Yeah, I would love to know the lore about this. I should watch this. I don't know why I keep watching this instead of watching the actual anime.
Form, but clearly not enough against certain characters. So I thought it would be interesting to analyze another one of her duels. This time I want to see if she could have beat Soulburner with some slightly different plays. Or did she play the best possible duel she could with the cards that she had? Regardless, we won't know the answer to these questions unless we jump into the duel.
I'm not very familiar with the Trickstar archetype. I know they like do a lot of like burn damage, and they also make you like, no, how is it? Every time that you draw, you take damage and stuff like that. Like, it's a meme deck, basically. Like, people who play, like, Trickstar... It's Trickstar, right? Yeah, I think it is. So, yeah. Hello.
The speed duel begins, and Blue Girl goes first. Her opening
A
hand
speed
consists
duel.
of Trickstar Lycoris, Trickstar Lilybell, Trickstar Vision, and Trickstar Live Stage.
4 cards?
Reminder, this is a speed duel. The rules are slightly different. If you want a quick breakdown of what they are.
Please.
No main phase 2, 1 less card in the opening hand. Smaller field sizes, only 3 monster zones.
Well, I need to process this.
1 less card in the opening
Okay, so it's no main phase 2, 1 less card in the opening hand.
Smaller field sizes, only
Smaller field sizes. It's like 3, right? Duel Links rules? Okay.
3 monster zones and free spell and trap zones, and every duel list has their own unique skill that they can do.
Oh, I don't like that.
Duel.
But yeah.
So, with that all out the way, Blue Girl
Duel Links
starts by
format.
activating her Trickstar Vision. Due to this card's effect, she can special summon a Trickstar monster in her hand. However, its effects are negated and its attack is cut in half. She special summons Trickstar Lilybell. Due to the second effect of Trickstar Vision, both players now draw 1 card.
Okay.
Blue Girl draws Trickstar Bird Helm, while Soulburner draws a mysterious card. Following this, Blue Girl activates the effect of her Trickstar Lycoris in her hand. By targeting 1 Trickstar monster on the field, she can quick effect summon this monster to the field, then return the targeted monster.
Each time a card is added to your opponent's hand, inflict 200 damage.
Back to the hand.
That's what we care about, right?
Lycoris and then returns Lilybell to the hand. Due to Lilybell's effect, since it was added to the hand via a card effect, it special summons itself to the field.
Bro,
now,
Drew.
with 2 monsters on the field, Blue Girl sends her Lilybell and Lycoris to the grave in order to link summon her Link 2, Trickstar Devaradis.
Okay, this is gonna sound weird because this is a weird. This is my face. I didn't think this would be my first exposure to brains. I completely forgot about it. But this is the first time that I see like a like a Link summon in the anime. I think I watched like the scenes or stuff like that, but not, you know, in an actual duel. Oh my god. 20 cards in deck, starting hand with 4 cards. Interesting, interesting. Oh yeah, the tax deck. Yeah, it taxes the opponent. Alright.
Due to Devaradis' effect, when it is special summoned, it deals 200 damage to the opponent. Soulburner takes the first damage of the duel.
Wow,
However,
200.
that's not all. Now for the rest of this duel, as long as Devaradis remains face up on the field, every time that Soulburner normal summons or special summons a monster, he will take 200 damage.
Dude, this is such a cool archetype to have in the anime because it's like a completely different game. Like if you play with you know, the anime, what is it called? If you have the plot on your side, you can script very cool things with it, right? Like it's so annoying to play against this like in real life, but in the anime it makes for a cool story, I'm pretty sure. That's so awesome. And since they are playing with 4000 LP, I assume those cards are even better, right?
Follows up this play by activating her field spell, Trickstar Live Stage. Due to its effect, when it is activated, she can add any Trickstar monster in her grave to her hand. She adds Trickstar Lycoris. She then activates the second effect of Trickstar Live Stage. This allows her to target 1 Trickstar Link monster she controls and special summon a Trickstar token to a zone it points to. And while not relevant now, it will become a little bit important later. That field spell has another ability that if the opponent has a spell or trap face down on their side of the field, you can actually special summon another token to your side of the field wherever you want. That effect isn't able to be used just yet,
Alright.
It will be probably on her next turn.
It will be relevant later, I'm sure. Wait, this TS anime also did duels between Revolver and Soulburner, and both were masterduels, aka duels combo heavy. Oh, okay. The main difference between Duel Links and Brains speed duels is that the effect damage is often half in Duel Links. Okay, so this is even like in Duel Links is balanced. Here is like full power, I guess. Okay.
Regardless, Blue Girl uses that first effect to summon a Trickstar token to a zone Devaradis points to.
Interesting,
Since
token.
she has yet to normal summon a monster, she tributes that token to tribute summon Trickstar Birdhelm. Due to Birdhelm's effect, when it is normal summoned, it inflicts 200 damage to the opponent, and then allows Blue Girl to draw 1 new card. Soulburner takes 200 burn damage, and then Blue Girl draws and gets Trickstar Korobane. Finally winding down her turn, Blue Girl activates the effect of the Trickstar Lycoris she added back to her hand. She targets Birdhelm. She summons Lycoris to the field and then returns Birdhelm back to the hand. Blue Girl ends her turn by using the second effect of Birdhelm.
Oh my god.
She can equip it from her hand to 1 Trickstar monster she controls, and now that monster and this card cannot be targeted by opponent's cards or effects. As well, the monster equipped with this card gains the effect each time you special summon a Trickstar monster, immediately inflict 200 damage to the opponent. And with all of that, Blue Girl ends her turn.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a refresher right now of what exactly it's on the field and what are the actions that the opponent cannot do, or well, the opponent can do, but it's gonna receive damage, right? Yeah. Duel Links is balanced, but they still had to ban or limit almost every burn card. Yeah. Hi, hello, crispy applesauce. I can get over the way she's called Blue Girl. Yeah, yeah, it's Blue Angel sounds way better.
200 damage to the opponent. And with all of that, Blue Girl ends her turn. Right off the bat, I have to give credit to the people that choreographed this episode.
Choreographed.
Well done to them. They actually min-maxed the cards that she had in her hand, and I actually can't find any faults in the play that she made.
Oh, interesting.
With what she had and some of the unique tricks she did with her Trickstar deck, she actually did an amazing job to get the field out that she did. And because of the field that she's created, she's put Soulburner in a really awkward position where basically now, anytime he summons a monster, he'll take 200 damage. Anytime he draws or adds a card from his deck to his hand, he'll take 200 damage. He's going to find it difficult to remove her monsters due to the bird helm that's equipped to her Link monster. He's also going to find it difficult to attack over her monsters because the Corobane in their hand, she can discard it during battle to double the attack of her monsters. So that's pretty nuts. She's done really well with what she has. The best thing about all this though is the fact that Soulburner has a skill where he can pay all of his life points apart from 100.
All?
Then after he's paid those life points, for every 1,000 he lost, he can draw one card. No matter what, if he uses this skill, he'll have
he will
100
lose.
life points left, but then he'll draw a card. Lycoris, as soon as that happens, will burn 200 damage and instantly remove him from the duel. So she has essentially shut off his skill. And even if Lycoris was removed for the field, the fact that Devaradis is on the field and they've only got 100 life points left, if they summon a monster, they also lose instantly because of that as well. The closest we can get to winning...
Wait, that's an insane board. Like, I don't know how common this is in brains, like a board like that. And also, I assume the opponent, Soulburner, has to play a lot of stuff, right? Because I assume the Salamangreat deck is also combo heavy, so he will have to draw a lot of cards and also special summon a lot of stuff, right? So yeah, it sounds weird. She did become Blue Maiden afterwards, which in my opinion is better. Yeah, that sounds cooler, definitely. Well, I don't know if better than Blue Angel, but yeah, Blue Girl is just so weird.
Is instead of summoning Trickstar Devaradis, we summon Trickstar Holy Angel instead. Now, every time we summon to a zone it points to, we deal an additional 200 damage. We can then play the field spell, summon the token to a zone it points to, 200 damage, tribute it to summon the bird helm, another 200 damage, bounce it back to the hand, summon the Lycoris,
Tier
put
0
the bird
deck,
helm to the
interesting.
Link monster, summon Corobane, that's another 200 damage, plus another 200 damage due to bird helm's effect, make the Link 2, that's another 200 damage, and
yeah,
another 200
I already
damage
stopped
from
paying
bird helm's
attention to
effect.
this.
Make the Link 4, Bella Madonna, burn for a ton of damage, Soulburner is left with 1,000 life points left. Unfortunately now we can't do any damage during Soulburner's turn. This means that Playmaker can pop off a little bit more, as I'll talk about later, and could actually get rid of Blue Girl's Link 4 by doing a bigger combo. The duel will then come down to whatever she draws on her next turn, because she does have the field spell so she can summon a token. If she uses that token to make the Link 1, she can then make another token, so she can easily make a Link 2 like Devaradis to deal 200 damage. She has a mysterious card in her hand, whatever she draws, and she could also use her skill to mill one card off the top of her deck and hope she gets something decent, so there is a chance that she could win like this. However, the moral is the play that she did was in fact the best play she could have done. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's take a look at Soulburner's turn. It's Soulburner's turn, and he draws. His opening hand consists of
I've never seen this card.
Falco, Wolvie, Raccoon, Gate of Fire, and a mysterious
card. Wait, those are Salamangreat cards that I've never seen. I feel like they are not played in actual, competitive duels. At least I don't remember them. I played a Salamangreat a lot against Salamangreat. Well, not a lot, but a few times, and I don't remember these cards.
Since a card was added to Soulburner's hand, the effect of Lycoris deals 200 damage. Soulburner activates the effect of his Salamangreat Mirror in his hand by sending another Salamangreat monster in his hand to the grave to special summon
Falco?
it.
Okay.
He sends his Salamangreat Falco. Salamangreat Mirror is summoned to the field, and as it is, Devaradis deals 200 damage. Soulburner activates the effect of Salamangreat Falco now in the grave by returning a Salamangreat monster he controls to the hand. He can special summon it from the grave.
Ooh, another special
he returns Mir to his hand to summon it. As he does, he takes 200 damage from Lycoris, along with 200 damage from Devaradis, since he summoned a monster and returned a card to his hand in the same play. Since Salamangreat Mir...
I can't! Why does he look like that? Oh my god. The problem with the change to Blue Maiden is that she abandons her Trickstar deck for a Marine's deck. Oh. Interesting how they change decks. Because it's essentially a username. Her real name is Aoi, which means blue, right? Zaisen, which will be so funny if it means girl, which I don't think, but it will be so funny. Who changes her name and deck based on what happens in the story. Blue Angel to Blue Girl to Blue. Okay, that sounds really cool, right? That sounds really cool. Mirror discard to summon or summon when added to hand. Falcon summons from grave. Raccoon is a hand trap. And the last one prevents destruction to link summon monsters. Animators go tired midway. It happens. I know it's like a thing to save money, time and money. So, but I get it. But like this just looks so silly to see it like so many times.
It was added to the hand by a card effect. Its effect lets it special summon itself to the field. As it's summoned, Devaridus deals another 200 damage. Soulburner normal summons his Salaman Great Wolvie. Devaridus deals another 200 damage.
Oh boy.
With 3 monsters and Soulburner's field, he sends all 3 to the grave to link summon his Link 3 Salaman Great Heat Leo.
Okay, I've seen
Devaridus
this.
deals 200 damage. I'm sure you understand what the Trickstar deck is all about.
Yeah, no, I get it.
1,000 tiny little cuts. So the damage is small, but it adds up over time. Since Salaman Great Wolvie was used as a link material, the monster that used it as a material now can't be destroyed by battle or card effects this turn.
Alright.
It's worth noting that Heat Leo does have an ability when it's summoned to the field, and that is that it can target a spell or trap that the opponent controls in the spell and trap zone and shuffle it into the deck.
So no field spell.
So why didn't you get rid of Birdhelm that is equipped to Devaridus? Because Birdhelm's effect makes it unable to be targeted and the monster it's equipped to unable to be targeted. So that is off the table. But then you might be saying, well, hang on a minute, the field spell, the Trickstar Live
It's not in
why doesn't he
the
shuffle that back into the deck?
zone?
Well, fun fact if you didn't know, when you state spell and trap zones,
Yeah.
the field spell doesn't count as a spell and trap zone. You probably already knew that, but just to clarify it anyway, he can't bounce cards in the field zone because it's not in the spell and trap zone. Fun fact. Before entering his battle.
Oh my god, dude. He's a fire reducer, so why not? Plus, I love his outfit. A little better than Playmaker. Yeah, I know it's an iconic character. I've seen a lot of it. I've seen like fan arts and I see it in profile pictures. A lot of people has like this guy in profile pictures. I didn't know he was the Joey of Reigns. The fifth person. Yeah, exactly. And holy chef, Yugituber told me you have a Nouvelle gameplay, huh? Hello, and yes, I do enjoy my Nouvelle deck. I play it sometimes. It's not my main deck, but I do play it a lot. Hi, well, hope you enjoyed your stay.
Battle phase. Soulburner sets Gate of Fire face down. Remember, there's no main phase 2 in Speed Duel, so you have to set it
spells
and traps
before the battle
phase,
yeah.
because you don't get a main phase 2 and have a chance to do it. So just a reminder. Soulburner uses Heat Leo to attack Devaridus, attempting to destroy it. However, during the damage step, Blue Girl activates the quick effect of her Trickstar Corabane in her hand. By discarding it, she can double the attack of a Trickstar monster that is battling.
That's huge!
Devaridus' attack doubles, making it stronger than Heat Leo. Luckily for Soulburner, Wolvie's effect prevents Heat Leo from being destroyed by the battle. However,
but it still takes the damage.
Still takes the damage. With only 900 life points left and no further plays, Soulburner ends his turn. Now it's only fair I gave—
How is Blue Girl gonna fumble this? How is Blue Girl gonna fumble this? Because honestly, I guess the trap card is gonna be huge. The set card from Soulburner.
Give credit for the Trickstar first turn play being really good. The Soulburner play, absolutely fine. Not as combo heavy or anything like that. There was more
don't spoil me,
with
obviously.
the cards he has in his deck and everything, but all it would have meant was an additional cost of life points with having one extra card in his hand. So basically, this is the alternate turn he could have had, but I actually think it's a worse turn. Alternatively, what he could have done is summon his Baylink's Link monster to get his field spell, get a Sunlight Wolf onto the field.
There's one more
use
summon,
its
right?
effect to add back one of his monsters in the grave, then go into Heat Leo. All of this altogether would have cost roughly about an additional 1,000 life points
yeah.
for pretty much no extra gain. This is because while the second effect of Heat Leo would be live, it would be completely useless still. So yeah, to the best of my knowledge, I don't think there really was any other plays that Soulburner could have gone with the cards that he had in his hand. Obviously, he's got one mysterious card. We don't know what this is, but he won't use it for the rest of this duel, so I'm not sure what it is. I don't know. It's
Doing this plays himself on the dim is crazy work. On the sim, yeah. The sim. I mean, that's how you tested it, right? That's the job that TGS Anime does. Like test it and see if there was a better play. So it makes perfect sense.
Blue Girl's turn, and the penultimate turn of the duel. She draws and gets a mysterious card. Since there is now a set card in Soulburner's Spell and Trap zone, she activates the second effect of her field spell to summon a Trickstar token. Since a Trickstar monster was special summoned, Devaradis's new effect given to it by Birdhelm burns for 200 damage since a Trickstar was special summoned. However, before the damage can be dealt, Soulburner reveals his second
Gate of Fire.
Trap, Gate of Fire. Which, I'm going to be completely honest with you, is either the most clever tactical card to add into a deck, or it is just the plot screwing over Blue Girl so much. The whole thing with a Trickstar deck is you burn 200 damage every time your opponent does something specific that you have a card on the field to deal with. So that's the gimmick of the deck. What does this continuous trap do? Well, it makes it...
Activate only when a card or effect will inflict damage. That would inflict damage is activated. Neither player takes effect damage if the amount is less than or equal to 300. This is such bullshit. There is no way. This card was made specifically to fuck with Blue Girl, honestly. That is so messed up. That is so messed up. Why did the writers do this? Bro.
So that now, while it remains on the field, neither player can take effect damage if it is 300 or less. I can only assume that he must have put that card in his deck to counter the Trickstar deck, because otherwise that's just way too hyper-specific. Like, it's too perfect, isn't it? I mean, it's fine. It does ruin our win condition with a Trickstar deck, but it's just one of those things, I guess. So, since Blue Girl can no longer deal damage with the majority of her Trickstar monsters in traditional ways, she pivots to a new strategy. She activates her skill, Trickstar Gig. Now, by sending cards from the top of her deck to the grave, equal to the number of Trickstar monsters she controls, she can choose one Trickstar card in her grave and then add it to her hand. With 3 Trickstars on the field, she mills 3 cards.
Alright.
One of those cards sent is Trickstar Fusion. She chooses to add that to her hand. By using a Trickstar token and the Lycoris on her field, she links them together to summon her Link 2 Trickstar Holly Angel.
I know that.
She then activates the first effect of Live Stage to summon a Trickstar token to a zone a Link monster points to.
Bro, how efficient is this? That is so cool. Like, you only have like 3 monster zones, but it's making like efficient to use with a token and everything. It looks so cool.
2 Trickstar monsters, with one of them being a Link monster, she activates Trickstar Fusion. She fusion summons Trickstar.
Is this a real card? Is this real? I didn't know there were Trickstar fusions.
Band Sweet Guitar. Due to Sweet Guitar's...
Oh, it's a real card. What the hell? Trickstar Band Sweet Guitar? That is so cool. Effect damage inflicted to your opponent by Trickstar Link monsters linked to this card is double. Effect damage inflicted to your opponents by Trickstar Link monster linked to this card is double. That is such a mouthful, but I get what it means. If your opponent takes damage by a Trickstar monster effect, so it doesn't going to do anything because they are not going to take damage. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card attacks this turn, the attack gained from this effect returns to 0. Then you can add 1 Trickstar monster from your graveyard to your hand. Interesting. So 200 to... No, wait. What? Huh? The effect damage. But would that work actually? Is that how it works? Because it's more damage, because it's double. That's a lawyer game thing.
Now
I will explain. I will for the explanation.
It doubles any damage Trickstar monsters would inflict. And if we're keeping track, that means that the 200 damage we would normally do is doubled to 400. The trap that Soulburner has on the field only stops damage from 300 or less, meaning our Trickstar monsters' effects are live again. Brilliant.
Oh, so it works like that.
See how
Okay,
this works
cool.
out. As Trickstar bans Sweet Guitar was summoned to the field, the effect of Devaridus activates. Since a Trickstar monster was summoned, it deals 200 damage. However, this is now doubled to 400 damage, bypassing Soulburner's trap and dealing damage to him. The second effect of Sweet Guitar then increases its own attack equal to the damage that was inflicted to Soulburner until the end phase. Now, ready to go on the offensive, Blue Girl activates the effect of Trickstar Fusion in the grave. By pushing it, she can add one Trickstar monster in her grave to her hand. However, the card added can't be summoned that turn. She adds back Trickstar Corabane. Blue Girl
But that's a hand
enters her
trap,
battle
right?
phase and attacks Heat Leo with Sweet Guitar, attempting to go for game. However, Soulburner discards his Salomon Great Raccoon from his hand. Due to its effect, when an opponent's monster declares an attack on a monster he controls, he can send it from his hand to the grave to gain life points equal to the monster attacking. Also, during this turn, Soulburner's monsters cannot be destroyed by a battle, and the opponent cannot activate any cards or effects until the end of the damage step. Soulburner's life points increase from 500 to 3100.
That's
the attack
huge.
continues, Heat Leo isn't destroyed, but damage is still dealt. Blue Girl Unfazed now uses Devaridus to attack Heat Leo. Since its attack is lower, she activates the effect of Corabane in her hand to double its attack. Heat Leo again isn't destroyed by the battle, however he still takes the damage. Blue Girl moves into her end phase.
No.
The final effect of Sweet Guitar activates, which lets her add a Trickstar monster in her grave to her hand. With 3 options, Corabane, Lycoris, and Lilybell, any of them could be a decent thing to add. We could get the Lilybell, special summon it to go into a defensive play, or hold on to it for next turn for a direct attack. We can go for the Lycoris if the opponent tries to add any cards from their deck to their hand. We can do damage, but we're going to struggle to get that onto the field without sacrificing either our Devaridus or our Sweet Guitar. And we can't get rid of Sweet Guitar because we need to do double damage, or else we're not doing damage at all. So we'd have to get rid of the Devaridus. It's costly. The final card to add, Corabane, well, that gives us battle protection, so it just seems like the right thing to take in the moment.
I mean,
I guess it's fine.
that's what I would have
Adds
taken,
Corabane
right?
into her hand, Sweet Guitar's attack returns to normal, and her turn comes to an end. And it is here that I am sorry to reveal that yet again, Blue Girl got screwed over by the plot. Why? Because she...
I can't, chat. I can't. I cannot. I honestly, I wouldn't feel comfortable watching this. I wouldn't be able to watch this. Like the whole anime, when there is like a lot of like things like that just feel like I'm sure that we want to see cards that have never been seen before. I don't know. She misplayed. I know being a woman in Yu-Gi-Oh must be really hard. There is like a bad track record, sadly, because I blame the writers, obviously.
Could have won the duel on this turn. How? I hear you cry. Well, like so. After Soulburner played his trap, instead she could have simply summoned the other token with her field spell.
Okay.
She could have linked the one token into her Link 1 Trickstar, and then linked together the Link 1 Trickstar with the other token to summon any Link 2 Trickstar monster. She could then link the 2 Link 2s together to make the Link 4 boss monster,
What
Bella
the?
Madonna.
What the?
Bella Madonna has the ability, while it doesn't point to any other monsters, it is immune to everything, meaning that she doesn't have to worry about the opponent having like an effect veiler or anything like that. And that's not the only ability it has. Its effect allows it to deal 200 damage for every Trickstar
And it's
monster
double, right?
in the grave.
Or
so
I don't know.
overall, we're doing 1,200 damage, which is above the 300 damage minimum threshold that we need to hit to do damage, with the opponent only having 900 life points left, and the opponent can't use the hand trap monster he has, because that can only be used to gain life points when battling. That would mean we'd win the duel. What annoys me about this is that you don't need hindsight to make this play.
Oh,
It
no.
is the most efficient way to win the duel, because the play that she does relies on, God, I really hope that I top deck mill the Trickstar Fusion, which she just so happened to have. It also meant that she couldn't have won this turn. Well, she thought she was going to win by battling, but why would you risk battling when you can just win through an effect of a monster that is unaffected by all other card effects? So it's just such a shame. So yet again, this duel is simply a case of Blue Girl getting screwed over by the plot. Let's
That
wrap this
hurts.
up with Soulburner's turn. And the final turn of the duel.
Man, fuck this
he
guy.
draws and gets another mysterious card. He's got 2 mysterious cards in his hand. He never used them. I wonder what they could be. And while we're mentioning those, Blue Girl also has a mysterious card in her hand she never used. I wonder what that was. Soulburner does comment on the card he drew, saying it isn't the card he needs to get him out of this situation.
What?
So, since Trickstar Lycoris is no longer on the field, Soulburner is free to activate his skill, Burning Draw. By lowering his life points to 100, he draws once for every 1,000 life points
Burning
he pays.
Draw.
Since he paid 1,400, he gets to draw 1 new card. He gets the exact card he needs, Fusion of Fire. Now, the problem that Soulburner is in is that if he summons a monster with only 100 life points left, well, he's going to take 400 damage as soon as he summons that monster, and he'll lose the duel. Luckily, he doesn't have to worry about that. This is because he activates Fusion of Fire. Now he can fusion summon one summon.
I hate this. Fusion summon one summon fusion monster from your extra deck using monster from your hand or either field as fusion material. You can only activate 1 Fusion of Fire per turn.
Fusion monster by using monsters from his hand and or either side of the field as fusion materials. Since he is summoning Salamangreat Violet
Salamangreat plus
Chimera,
1 link
the
monster.
materials required are a Salamangreat Heat Leo and 1 link monster. He fuses Heat Leo with Blue Girl's Devaradis. He summons Salamangreat Violet Chimera. Since Devaradis wasn't on the field, no damage was dealt. But that's not all. When Violet Chimera is summoned,
A
it
super
gains
poly
attack
target,
equal to
interesting.
half the combined original attack of the monsters used for its summon until the end of the turn. Soulburner enters his battle phase and attacks Sweet Guitar. Now, quickly pausing the duel here, if this attack goes through, Blue Girl, I just want to remind everyone, doesn't lose the duel. She'll take a hefty bit of damage, but that's all the cost that will happen. Unfortunately, she makes one of the worst decisions she could make in the moment. It's not her fault. She didn't know what the opponent's monster's effect could do. But unfortunately, Blue Girl...
I can't. I can't. Because only Soulburner gets a super poly when he needs it. Dude, how convenient!
wanting to minimize the damage she takes, activates her Corobane in her hands. This doubles the attack of Sweet Guitar to 4,400. Not enough to get over Violet Chimera, but enough so she only takes 450 damage. However, Violet Chimera has a second effect.
What is the second effect?
Once per battle during damage calculation, if the monster this card is battling's attack changes, you can double this
Shut
card.
the fuck up! What do you mean? If the opponent's attack changes? What is this card? I cannot believe this. What? Justice for Blue Girl. You know, right now, I'm declaring myself a Blue Girl apologist or whatever it's called. I will always, I can't. I will not take this. I will not accept this. There is no way. Such a specific. Every card is so specific to counter Blue Girl here. It's honestly feels like, I don't know the plot, right? I don't know how we got to this duel, but it almost feels like it was all like made for this.
Attack during damage calculation only. And so now with a whopping 9,700 attack.
Wait.
So now with a whopping 9,700 attack.
9,700 attack. You know, this sounds like you're playing with your, like in kindergarten, right? With your friends, and you just start making up things as you go. This is what it is.
Sweet Guitar is destroyed. Blue Girl's life points drop to 0, and Soulburner wins the duel. Now, while I said it was unfair to blame Blue Girl for that little misplay during the battle step, it kind of is a misplay and something that she shouldn't have done because she did overplay. She didn't need to use Corobane's attack boosting effect since she was going to lose the monster regardless.
But she didn't know.
I personally would have been much happier to lose the monster, tank the damage, and now at least I have a card in my hand that I can summon to the field if I need it for a follow-up play next turn. Whereas by doing this, worst case scenario, if I don't top deck anything, well, I'm in a bit of a pickle. So It is a misplay, again, off of Blue Angel, unfortunately. However, it is worth noting that next turn she would have had a Korobane and 2 mysterious cards, but by that same logic, Soulburner does also have 2 mysterious cards in his hands, so maybe there was a little bit more plays that both players could have had if the duel went on a little bit more. It's hard to say, but all we know is from what we have discovered, yes, Blue Girl, Blue Angel, Aoi Zeizen, Sky Zeizen, I think she's called in the dub, she could have won this duel.
Okay.
It is just unfortunate that she didn't. I'd just like to point out Soulburner with Salomon, great deck, by the way, very strong, very hard to beat. So I think the creators did say something that the hardest part of making Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains, making Salomon Greats lose a duel. I'll see if I can find the real part of that, but someone's told me that before. I thought it was kind of interesting.
Is that actually
and with
true?
That,
That's so
another
weird.
duel analysis done. And a Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains one. It's been so long since I've done this series. They're very complicated. That's why it takes me so long to make them. I'm scared to do them.
Yeah, because in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, every card has a lot of like effects, right? And you have like more chances to do stuff because links are generic. Well, not generic, but in the archetype, you basically can get any link. So I'm guessing making this type of video for, well, I'm not guessing. I've been told right now that doing one of these videos for Brains is like even harder.
Me play with Trick Stars, well, I have a video for that there, or I have the archetype video, and oh my god, oh, I'm so sorry, that scared the hell out of me. I saw the subscribe button down there, not being subscribed to. My goodness, feel free to subscribe to that if you want to stop me from being shocked in the next video. But other than that, thank you all for watching. Catch you later.
That's a good one. That was a good one. I like that. I like that. I like that. Let's keep this here. Hold on. Let's keep this here. Actually, nah. Justice for Blue Girl. I will, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna start like building a Trickstar deck right now, just to show my support for Sky right here. Yeah. Well, yeah. What do you want her to be named in the dub? If you had to change her name, you wanna call her actually Blue, right? Justice for Blue Girl. Hashtag Justice for Blue Girl. I want everyone in the comments to say hashtag for Blue Girl. Justice, hashtag Justice for Blue Girl. Yes. You could build Marinces. The deck is almost all SR or lower. Nah, I don't like Marinces. I don't like Marinces. But honestly, interesting first exposure to an actual full duel. I watched like scenes before from Brains, but not an actual duel, I think. So yeah, definitely like. Really cool video. Very interesting. And well, what else can I say? Or than Justice for Blue Girl. Yeah.